Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. Today you're gonna see me in all my glory. I did my skincare routine yesterday, so I don't want to really mess this up and go put on makeup. I have to go to my new part-time job later, so y'all are just gonna have to deal with this. My hair is crazy. Yeah, it's gonna get washed later, but I need to get content out, and I need to get over myself, okay? You're not gonna always see me dolled up, and that, if anything, is really, I guess that and editing is the hardest thing. So there's two things you're going to see in my future videos. You're going to see a lot of normal moments with me, and this is why I try my best to take care of my skin. That way, if I'm caught without makeup, at least, you know, I can say, yes, I've been taking care of my skin. So this is 46. But anyways, there's also not going to be a lot of editing. I know. Here's the thing. Until I can reach a point where I can afford to just go back into hiring somebody, even when I had a guy in India, y'all, it was like for a 30-minute video or anything that was remotely longer than 10 minutes, it was reaching like $50 a video. And I have been for like a year now. I've been looking for anybody. I've been asking some of my friends that have high school kids, you know, any of their high school kids want to learn how to do some basic YouTube editing and get paid for it. And I am, you know, right now my budget is like $20 a video. Then I thought to myself, you know what? I'm just going to have to do minimal editing, and you're just going to see all the things. So I do use Filmora, Wondershare, whenever I am editing. So this is just, it's gonna have minimal edits, y'all. I need to get content out, right? This is now about, the economy is getting worse. It is not changed. It has obviously gotten worse since the pandemic. And I am now in a situation where I am juggling multiple side hustles still since I was laid off in 2022. If you don't know, I've been laid off 3 times since the pandemic. Very scary as a single mom. And so I have spent the last year really soul searching of, you know, what I want to do. Do I want to stay in real estate for my career? Do I want to just go straight into the creator economy? You know, if so, what do I want to focus on? I have been pivoting a lot since last year. There have been other things that I've been doing to literally shape the life that I want. And I just, you know, I reached a point where I'm just like, I'm sick and tired, right? I'm sick and tired of being laid off. And then right when the interest rates are going down, you know, the National Association of Realtors wants to have this big settlement against them, and they want to change everything. And trust me when I tell you, more and more people are leaving real estate. And, you know, the downside about real estate is it gets really busy certain times of the year, and then it just doesn't get busy. And if you think about it, that's just not sustainable, okay? And I've already been seeing some companies hiring temp in real estate because they want to be able to lower your hours. It's already happened to my child's father. He's also in mortgage, where at a few times he's had to apply for half unemployment. So anyways, just getting sick and tired. And of course, I've had this YouTube channel since 2019. I've been trying to find my niche, my whatever. I'm one of those people that have too much that I love. I'm also a creative. I was a performing arts person, you know, in middle school, high school. I was cheerleader, Jewel Team, Senior Spirit Club. I danced in a professional hip hop squad in Houston. Into my 20s, I go danced, you know, all the things. I went to LA, not to become a dancer, I just moved to LA. But I was around so many people that were actors and actresses and, you know, trying to be somebody in the industry. And I was an art major in my early years of college. So I was a graphic design major. I wanted to do art. I wanted to do graphic design work. I really wanted to do CGI for movies, but I couldn't draw. So they were like, if you can't draw cartoons or sketches like people, then you can't be in the CGI program. So I settled for, at that time, I called it settled for graphic design. But guess what? I loved it. But guess what? It was also so expensive to go to an art college called the Art Institute. And at that time, 20 years ago, it was $4,000 per semester 20 something years ago. Anyways, making long story short, I've been mostly in real estate for like over 17 years if I combine all the years together. I have had so many interviews in 2024, 2023, and it is definitely true. The more work I put into being on LinkedIn and applying for jobs, I do see a return. The problem is there's a lot of roles in real estate that I just want to be an assistant. I have a really good, strong administrative support background. So I've been in real estate, but here's the thing. I have all this experience, but when you apply for an assistant position, some companies will consider the assistant position as an entry-level position. So then when they look at my resume and they see that I've been a realtor, they see that I've been an account executive working for a nationwide home inspection company, and then they see mortgage assistant to 3 top producers for my last company, they consider me overqualified. Also, jobs are paying too low. I live in Austin, Texas, y'all. I really cannot do anything less than $20 an hour, especially when I have to turn around and pay for my child to be in after school care. Yes, I get child support, but also, child support comes in, it goes right back out to daycare or after school care. And then I have to then take my own money, of course, and use that for my child. But I'm still in a 1-bedroom. We're still in a 1-bedroom. And I'm just not in a place where I can put him in his own bedroom. Just the cost of rent for a 2-bedroom, even the smallest, is just not justified. So my journey has been quite long. It's been on a roller coaster ride. And I want to say, let's see, right now it's June 3rd. It's June 3rd. So the past 2 months, I would say the past 2 months, something that I've been doing has really shifted me. I finally was going through all the motions of writing my business plan, my branding, your target audience, your mission. And one of the reasons why is because I decided to finally rebuild my whole website and get it out of Squarespace, because Squarespace is $276 a year if you also just want the basic e-commerce. And it's that's a little too expensive, right? And it's great when I had a job because I had no problem paying for it. But then I was also working full time and I wasn't able to dedicate more, even consistent part-time, to actually do something with that website and this YouTube channel or direct people to that website. So I noticed a couple shifts in the past 12 months, and it's something you're going to hear me talk about throughout my future videos. It's just these moments where things were shifting, and some of the shifts I was creating myself. I was being actionable, doing the things. Some shifts were out of my control. But when the shifts become out of my control, as soon as that shift is over, I immediately am taking massive action to basically get myself back on track. But one of the things I did that I felt just really solidified me finally just saying, I'm going to do this, full-time content creator, or in this case, part-time, but it's more like part-time to full-time, right? Is when I started writing my business plan. Right now, I have a Google Doc and it's about 13 pages long. And it's me where I've just written all of my, not just the basic parts of a business plan, but writing out just raw thoughts, ideas. That way I can see. Because any time in the past when I didn't have a business plan, I caught myself that if I didn't have something to look at, it's kind of like a planner. If you don't have, I have a planner. Here's my planner. Boop. Okay. If you don't have something to look at on a consistent basis, whether it's a notebook, a planner, something that pops up on your computer, your screen, your phone, if you don't have something to look at every day to remind yourself, that's my phone. If you don't have something to remind yourself of the journey that you're on, or even just remind yourself that there's these other things to do, these other ideas. If you don't have a place to write them down, you're going to forget. It's kind of like your bucket list. If you don't have your bucket list shown somewhere, you're going to forget that, before you die, you want to go to Paris or God, there's so many places I want to go. Greece. I want to go to Greece and Italy and all the things. And so if you don't look at something every day that inspires you or reminds you to take the action, it's not going to happen. You're going to get boggled down into mundane life, and I've done it. I still do it sometimes. I definitely have my days. And let me tell you, if you catch me, this is what I tell my friends, if you catch me saying that I'm just watching Netflix, it means usually I have been working so hard that it's my time. It's really my time to rest. That's really what it comes down to. Because most of the time I'm even watching Netflix, I'm doing things on my laptop. I'm watching Netflix in the background. I'm working on my laptop, designing things. I'm doing the easy, mundane things. That's part of just what I've been doing with, I guess you could say, what I'm about to talk about. But if you don't have anything to look at to remind you, and this is the reason why, I love productivity. I love planning. And I'm not one of those strict, there's definitely people that are more strict in the world of planning than me, especially if you were a project manager and you were working for a company where you were kind of, what's going on today? I love planning. I love productivity, but I've never been a proper project manager. And if I was a project manager at a company, it would probably push me even further to be even more strict with my schedule and my productivity. But I love planning. I'm just gonna graze what my US letter planner looks. That's just a week. Okay, I'm really trying my best. I have to write it all in. You can see some parts are just bare. Okay, and here's the thing, as a single mom and somebody who doesn't have anyone else to take care of their child in the same city, all my family's in Houston, his dad lives in San Antonio, I do everything. I try to do everything when he's at school, when he's at summer camp, or when I have him for the weekends and we're mostly home. That's when I'm able to do my work. And work meaning part-time at a company here in Austin, part-time gig work, which is Uber, Lyft, Favor, Instacart, or DoorDash. And then another part-time of my week is strictly my website, YouTube channel, online business, and all the things that I've been preparing. So, make a long story short, it's not an easy journey to even just, everyone says start a business is easy. It is, but it isn't, okay? To make the decision to start a business is very easy. To do all the things can be a little bit difficult. And it's not even difficult. It's mostly time consuming. That's really what I'm saying. But if you are not planning on doing those things, if you don't have a plan to pivot what you're going to do, if you don't even plan to research all the planning, prior to the planning you're going to do, you're not going to be able to push anything in your life. You're not going to be able to make anything happen. Okay. You really do have the power within yourself to light the fire under your own, what. So I have been pivoting. And the one thing I can tell you is the business plan. And I really want to do this. If you're interested, let me know what I'm about to say. But if you're interested in me giving you, I guess, the prompts that I spent maybe a good week or two watching tons of YouTube videos about starting a business, writing your business plan. I wanted to make sure that I was going to think through all the components, and it ended up being 13 pages. And again, some of those are just raw notes, they're ideas, but still, if that's something you're interested in seeing, maybe I can just keep it as a Google Doc and share make a separate template, and then you can, copy it and keep it in your Google Docs. And the reason I use Google Docs is because it's universal, right? Everyone has a Gmail account. Also on my phone, anytime I'm somewhere, and a lot of times I don't have my laptop, right? You're running errands, but I have an idea, or I'm thinking of this sentence that I want to say in a blog post that's just the perfect opening, because all of your ideas come while you're driving. I do open up my Google Docs and I will use the dictation feature, which is also called speech to text. And I will talk into my Google Docs to get that thought or make myself a note. So that's why I use Google Docs. So if you're interested in kind of seeing where my 13 pages have come from, then let me know. Maybe I could do an actual video about it and go over my own business plan and then give you guys, an actual template to fill out. But I'm telling you, the thing that I've been avoiding for years to make my YouTube channel into like what could be a business, a money-making machine, is to write the business plan. And here's the thing. Even if your business is going to be non-business related content, it could be vlogging, it could be you're going to do Amazon products, it could be skincare, fashion. You can monetize anything. You just have to be creative. And that's one of the things I love. I feel like, so this is coming to me right now, I feel I am a little spiritual and I am a little religious, but I'm also mostly spiritual with the whole manifestation. I did start a podcast late last year, but I had to put it on hold. It's called the My Planifestation podcast. It's combining the words plan and manifest, because in order to manifest what you want, you have to plan. You have to do the work. You have to take the action. So I've got 4 episodes up. I'm really trying to get back into it, but it is on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you want to go to my website, I do have a podcast page, and then you can just, click the links and it'll go to your phone or your computer. Anyways, so I forgot what I was talking about. Okay, so if you want me to do a video on that, I would love to do that and really just kind of show y'all what I've been doing. And I've been taking, bits and pieces from other people that I've been listening to and watching and just putting all these, I guess you could say, business plan components into my own little document. But the one thing that always was difficult to wrap my head around with what do I want to do with my YouTube channel is the whole niche thing. Like niche. I cannot niche. I know that there are so many things that are overlap with each other. I cannot talk about, why I'm passionate about being a graphic designer without giving you like my backstory of performing arts and how I got 100s on all of my art things and in art class in high school, and how I won the fire prevention poster contest, first place out of the whole elementary school. I don't know why I'm creative. I just am. I am a Pisces. Maybe that's part of it. I think I get more of my creativity from my mom. Anyways, that's a whole nother story. I could easily go into like the little tidbits of things of why, but she definitely does things with her hands. She loves to cook and all that stuff. So she's very much a very physical, hands-on person. And my dad was the complete opposite. He was the brainiac. He worked for NASA. He was a tech junkie. So I am literally the product of my mom and my dad put together. So when you combine creativity with the online world, that's powerful. Well, actually, if you combine anything with the online world, that is really powerful, okay? But for a lot of people, they still don't know how to monetize things. They still don't know how to take something, an idea, and turn it into something bigger. And I feel in my heart, I really want to help people figure that out. And I'm kind of leaning into, I've already had this idea where I've thought, I want to do some sort of coaching, but I want to do either a live group coaching where everybody, maybe like a very small group, weekly live video. Yes, that way you see me, you get your money's worth. And I don't want to charge very much because I'm still trying to kind of figure things out, and if it's something that is even sustainable in my schedule. But my idea is, for a lot of y'all out there, and I have this problem too, there's just not a lot of people I can talk about content creation with. There's so many people in my life that still they don't understand personal branding. They don't understand the power of the internet and social media. And they're just like anti putting themselves out in the open. And what I really want to do is help people. I love the process of talking with people. It's probably why I was really good in real estate. It's the talking, it's the networking, it's the connecting. I love genuinely getting to know people, get to learn about people. And even more, if somebody feels that they don't even know what they're good at, especially as we get older, if you don't know what you're good at, I want to help you figure that out, right? But also, even if you know what you're good at, I mean, it's one thing to be like, yep, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm focusing on. Boom, 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 boom. If somebody feels like they have it together that much, fine. But there's a lot of people that don't. And even though I've always known the things that I'm good at, it still took me, y'all, it took me until literally like maybe 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago is when it just hit me that my product that I want to sell, ideally sell on my YouTube channel, is what I've already been doing for the last 2 years. I have a second Etsy shop. It started off as a planner shop. It is a planner shop. But I'm finally doing the things I should have done 2 years ago. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. But also, I told myself, why am I going to try to take this longer journey and come up with like this big ebook and make this big workbook when I already have products? They've been selling. Most of them are already made, even though I'm tweaking and I'm adding. And I said, let me just start there. Let me just start by explaining to people why I got into that line of business. And I wasn't, even though I was a graphic design major 20 years ago, y'all, it doesn't mean that I just suddenly started creating planner products with, knowing all the things. I mean, I still, I've been using Canva for a few years, and even Canva, I still have to figure little bits and bobs of Canva. It's still a journey. I'm still learning things, especially with Canva growing so fast and there are so many features. For me, I guess you could say my philosophy in having a planner in the first place is to write things in it. It's to write. It's to get your pen to the paper and really connect with the writing. That's just me, because just that whole process of writing in your planner. And then if you have to erase it, you're going to either use like a Pilot friction pen, or you're going to use, whiteout tape. Makes you think even more clearly about what you're planning into your life, what you're writing down, right? And so, making a long story short, once you solidify a business plan, I'm telling you, you're going to start feeling it. Like, that is the official. And it's something I've avoided doing for years. And when I finally did it, I think maybe now it's going on 3 months ago, man, I saw things changing really fast. Because here's the thing, every time I would look at that business plan over and over again, I would go in, you've got to reflect on it, especially if you're in the pre-planning phases and you want to get started on creating an online business pretty soon, but you're giving yourself 2 weeks to really research where you're going to get started, how you're going to get started, what's it going to cost you. Don't give yourself any more than 2 weeks. If you spend more than 2 weeks, you're not going to do it, y'all. Like, seriously, just do as much research on YouTube as much as possible. Subscribe to my channel. Maybe this will also help you, because I do want to provide a lot of support. Mostly, I want to tell y'all what the roadblocks I've gone through, the things that I've had to go through just to get to where I'm at. And even when I know what I'm good at, it didn't click that my product or my products is my planning, like my planner. And even when I didn't want to talk about productivity because I thought it meant talking about hustle culture, guess what happened? The word slow productivity popped up on YouTube, and it turns out it's a new term. And I was like, oh, this is it. Slow productivity. Like, this is what I want. I want to know that it's okay, that it's going to take my time. It's funny because I have been taking my time, but biggest reason why the obstacle, I just feel like there's been a constant obstacle is because I feel like I have to be doing all of these things at the same time. And then it comes down to, I might have one really good productive week, but then all of a sudden I can't be that productive, right? And so, or things happen in your life, or you get your cycle, you're a woman. So I need something sustainable. And when I started looking at slow productivity, there is a book that I want to buy by Cal Newport called Slow Productivity. He's the one that came up with the term, I think. I don't know 100% on that, but I'll know when I read the book. But making long story short, once I saw, again, I'm on YouTube so much, I am consuming as much as I'm creating. Half the time I'm creating as I'm consuming. Like I'm literally watching YouTube on the side as I'm designing things and working on my website and doing all the, the little things that don't require a lot of my brain energy. But the more I watch YouTube and you learn terminology, you learn trendy terminology, you learn terminology you've never even heard of, this is where things started to shift for me. When I heard about slow productivity, I was like, that's it. That's going to be one of my subtopics. That's going to be one of my content pillars. I already knew that one of them is going to be about minimalism. As you can see, I'm not a minimalist. But a year ago, I started massive decluttering. You can't see it because most of the decluttering was from a previous storage. I still have a storage, but it is way smaller and way cheaper. So I will be talking about that journey at some point. Again, if you're interested in, I call it minimalish, right? And I actually bought the domain My Minimalish Life. I created the YouTube channel. I even went going like, this is it. This is going to be my niche. It's going to be just talking about minimalism or leaning into minimalism. And then I found myself, wait a minute, I'm trapped again, because the biggest part about minimalism for me is, I want more time to work on a business so I can grow an online business, hopefully, or so I can grow an online business to 6 figures and work less. And so I realized that I can't just talk about minimalism. I need to talk about money, and I need to talk about my energy, my feminine energy, and just energy in general. Eventually, I want to go into like a fitness journey. I want to work less so that I have no excuse that I don't have time to go work out or get some sort of exercise every day. Thank God I'm still relatively healthy. I don't have any issues. I don't need medication. I'm 46 years old. I don't have any insurance right now. My son is fine, but I don't. And I just want to be able to maintain this level of health as I get older. I've always been somebody that doesn't really want to take medication. I'd rather, do alternative forms of wellness. And eventually, those little things will cross over, because with health and wellness, you're also leaning into mental stability, mental health. And there's a lot of that going on when you are putting yourself out there. Like today, I said, just get over yourself, Alicia. Your skin looks great, even though my hair is crazy because I have crazy curly hair. And just get on camera and record. Like, who cares, right? Like, who cares? My eyebrows suck. One day I will afford getting eyebrow implants. I know, look it up. It's too cool. But anyways, once you start solidifying a business plan, once you start branding, once you start literally going, this is how I want to be. Well, it's a combination. Branding is a combination of what you want to showcase yourself as, but also becoming that person, right? So, or it's the opposite. A lot of people are like, I'm done putting on, the real estate suit every day, and now I just want to be jeans and t-shirt mom. That's me. I just want to be jeans and t-shirt mom. Then you are kind of deconstructing yourself from your professional life to your personal, or your professional personality to your regular personality. And so for a lot of people, it's having to turn off years, if not decades worth of a certain personality when you leave your home. Right. And so, not that we're not all narcissists, even though we're all narcissists to a certain degree, we all have, narcissism on a spectrum, a healthy sense of narcissism for most of us, hopefully watching this channel. But my point is, the moment you start planning and doing all the things, and that is something this is why this video is getting long. I just feel so passionate about telling people my journey, my obstacles, so that you can learn from them. I am mentoring my nephew right now, who is a real estate investor. I've been mentoring him actually, for a couple years now, but he's getting further and further. But I'm going to be actually building his website and helping him develop his personal brand outside of just being an investor and driving an 18-wheeler. So he wants to do more of what Auntie is doing. And so I'm going to be building his website and mentoring him through that whole process. And it's something that in the future, I would love to do. I just know that when you are really sitting with someone and trying to help them develop a personal brand, it can be time consuming. And so I'd rather kind of just slowly teach people things on this channel. Because I nothing new to personal branding. When you're an art major, that's one of the first things that you're known is, having your portfolio. Your showcasing your portfolio is saying, here's my art, here's my brand, here's what I do as an artist. Because there are so many different types of artists. And in real estate, when you are a realtor, I've been a realtor 3 times. When you're a realtor, one of the first things that you're thinking about when you're in real estate school is, how do you want to be? How do you want to look in your pictures? What do you want to wear? And all of that is part of your personal branding, right? So when I was a realtor the 3rd time, I had finally gotten some visible tattoos, not even done. My realtor was the anti-realtor. My realtor personal branding was the anti-realtor. So I used to wear the full suits and stuff like that when I was younger. But when I got older and, after you've lived in Austin for 20 something years and you're like, it's okay. It's okay to be a hipster. It's okay to show your tattoos here now, like in all its glory, anywhere you go by now. I became like the rock star realtor. So like my website was called austinrealeestaterocks.com, and I was just more of the anti-realtor vibe. I would wear my brand. It kind of still is my brand, honestly. That's why I'm just like, I'm a jeans and t-shirt kind of mom. I love t-shirts from bars, big bars here in Austin. They're very nostalgic. They have a lot of history. My realtor uniform was skinny jeans, Chucks, a cool graphic t-shirt. It wasn't always rock and roll related. It wasn't always a bar. But then I would wear my blazer. But then I would wear the blazer about like 3/4. So you could see a little bit of my tattoo. And of course, that's one of the reasons why some people chose me as their realtor. They're like, I love your style. And when I had the time before I had a child, I'd take people to bars. I'd take them out for appetizers to like the coolest downtown spots. And that was my thing, and I had I wouldn't say I made a lot of money, but when you're schmoozing a potential client for future commission, yes, that's why realtors go broke. A lot of times they're doing these things. They're spending money to make the money, right? And if anything, that's where I've learned, when you're starting a business, even a personal brand, or starting yourself as a business, you have to spend a little bit of money. But the good thing about the world of the internet today is there's so much you could do to get started without paying for anything. My new website is totally free. That's why I rebuilt it. That's why I dropped everything I did and I rebuilt it in 3 days. And now all I've been doing is tweaking pages, adding my digital products from my Etsy shop to this one. So, okay, I'm going to cut this video short. It is getting very long. If there's anything in this video that just really spoke to you, please comment below so I can make more videos. I want to do videos with minimal editing. It's just going to be raw. It's going to be all the things. And finally, like, hey, finally, the bigger YouTubers out there are giving me permission to just, get on camera in all of my makeupless glory and talk to you guys with minimal editing without feeling bad about myself. So thank you, bigger YouTubers, for passing the torch on to us smaller YouTubers. And see you soon.